Shiny Pokemon has become a big part of the franchise nowadays that even the Pokemon company acknowledges it. But even in the early days it was quite popular. There's something about having a color swap Pikachu, bringing it on your journey and transfer it up to your latest games. But what if I tell you that won't longer be the case? Back in October 2023, Nintendo made an announcement that they'll be shutting off Wii U and 3DS online services, and just recently they even confirmed the exact date of when they'll shut down. The Pokemon Company made an official statement that Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Transporter won't be affected immediately, but they highly encourage players to transfer their Pokemon at their earliest convenience. For those that don't know, Pokemon Transporter helped transfer Pokemon from Gens 5 and the Virtual Console versions of 1 and 2 onto Bank, while Bank not only store your Pokemon, but transfer them between the 3DS games and onto home on the Switch. Once Bank and Transporter shuts down, it'll be impossible to transfer your Pokemon onto the Switch. This will separate the connectivity between the first 5 gens, or 6 and 7, and gens 8 and 9. And as a shiny hunter, it got me wondering, are there any shiny Pokemon from previous games that are currently shiny locked on the Switch? Sadly, yes. Yes, there are. So unless Game Freak make any future remakes or bring back the remaining Pokemon in Gen 10, these shinies will be impossible to get. I will try to keep this video short and sweet, and I won't count Pokemon Go as that game often updates and is heavily monetized. If you want some information on that as well as all the Pokemon that are currently shiny locked, I will link domiNATION's video in the description. I will be listing the Pokemon in order by generation. It will be starting with Generation 1. First, it'll be Pikachu, and in particular is the Cap Pikachu. In Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, a QR code is given away to distribute the Cap Pikachu, but thanks to the bug, it is possible to get a shiny Cap Pikachu. Although the model stays the same, it still shows a sparkle animation, a sparkle icon in the summary, and when transferred to the Pokeball Go Plus, it has a dark yellowish color. Next we have Mew, and there are 2 ways to get the shiny Mew. One way to do it is the 8F glitch in red, blue, or yellow games. This can be a long, tedious process, as after you obtain Mew, you will have to change its OT. I will leave AustinJohnPlays guide in the description. Another way of getting shiny Mew is to go to the faraway island. To get there, you will need the old sea map, which is an event item. Once you're at the island, you can just do the runaway method, and just keep doing it until you get your shiny Mew. Once captured, you can just transfer it up to home without having any problems. Moving on to Generation 2, we have Celebi. To get shiny Celebi, you're going to need to be the Elite 4 become the champion in the Virtual Console version of Pokemon Crystal. You will also need to get the GS Ball and head to Ilex Forest, come to the Shrine, and you will meet Celebi. So if you want to know how to do that, I'll leave PokeTips guide in the description. If you don't have Crystal but have either Gold or Silver, you can still get shiny Celebi by using the coin case glitch. If you're interested, PokeTips made a guide on that too. Next we have Generation 3. Spinda is the most interesting and complicated shiny on the list. Although you can shiny hunt Spinda in Pokemon Go and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, you can't transfer Spinda from either games to Pokemon Home. This is due to a bug that Ilka accidentally left in Home and BDSP, as they tried to prevent players from cloning their Pokemon. So it's best to get shiny Spinda from previous games and transfer it up from Bank to Home. Coming up in the same generation, we have Deoxys. Now to get this shiny, you'll need the Aurora ticket to go to Birth Island. This location is available in Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Emerald. Also, depending on the version, once captured, Deoxys will transform into either Attack, Defense, or Speed form. But if you're up for the challenge, you can try Shiny Hunt for all 4 forms. Next up on the list is Jirachi, and to get Shiny Jirachi, you will need to transfer from the Pokemon Coliseum bonus disc or Pokemon Channel. Coming up in Gen 4, we have Darkrai and Shaman. Now this is a weird situation. Although both are obtainable on the Switch, you can only Shiny Hunt them in BDSP. But to get to them, you will need a member card to access New Moon Island to get Darkrai, and get Oak's Letter to access Flower Paradise for Shaman, which sadly neither of these items are available anymore because they're both event exclusive. However, in the original Diamond Pearl Platinum games, you can get these items using DNS exploit. But if you want to go out of your way to get shiny Shaman in BDSP, there is a glitch you could pull off as long as your version of the game is 1.1.2. Guides for this glitch will be in the description. Next Pokemon in this generation is Manaphy, and this is the rarest and hardest shiny to get, as you will need the original Gen 4 games including Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and one of the Pokemon Ranger games that were available at the time. This is because the Manaphy egg was distributed from the Ranger games. What makes it so hard and rare is that it can be done once per save file, and the egg was programmed to be shiny locked. However, trading the Manaphy egg over to another game that gives it a chance of being shiny. This process can be confusing, but I will have guides and links to videos down in the description. They explain it much better than I can. Coming up in Gen 5, we have Patrat Watchog and the elemental monkeys Panpour, Pansage, and Pansear. Thankfully, they are very common to encounter, and there are several ways to shiny hunt them. All these Pokemon are available in black and white in the sequels and the XY games. Moving on to Generation 6, we have Furfrou. Now there are several different ways to shiny hunt Furfrou, and you can get it in XY and Sun and Moon. And if you want to go for the shiny live index, it has 9 forms. However, once you transfer over to another game or in Pokemon Bank or Home, those trims will be gone. But once Furfrou become available in the upcoming game, I'm sure you'll be able to get those trims back. And finally, Generation 7, where we have Poipole, Naganadel, Typeno, and Silvally. Although you can get these Pokemon in Sword and Shield, they are shiny locked, so your best bet is to get them in Sun and Moon. For type Null, you gotta get it from Gladion in Sun and Moon, and from Wick in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Both cases you gotta become a champion, and to get Silvally, you'll have to evolve type Null with High Friendship. Poipole is exclusive to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. To get shiny Poipole, you'll need to get it from Ultra Megalopolis. And if you want to evolve into Naganadel, teach a Dragon Pulse. And that's all the shiny Pokemon listed. As stated before, all sources and guides will be down in the description. I hope this video helped you guys out, and good luck hunting!